Hey, my people. Greetings, all, and welcome back to another episode of What's a reborG podcast. I am that dude, reborG. We here again, man. Lovely day, off work, you know what I'm saying? Chilling. Got this Jono with the tie, with this, this headband, with this afro. Real Jimi Hendrix like. I didn't notice that till now. Co-pilot, that red Doce, Rosa Doce, if you will. Very nice wine, very tasty. Lovely. And of course, that water in the building. It's going ahead and taking us with you. I don't know, for those of you who don't drink water like that or want to get, want to drink more water. Trust me, when you start doing it, like once it becomes like at least getting like a few ounces, like at least every hour, your body gonna want it. And then sometimes that's all you're gonna want. Like sometimes I will just bypass other stuff. Like I don't want that shit. Like if I go pick up like some fries from somewhere, I don't get no drink or nothing like that because because I already know I just got that taste for water right now. So y'all give me a quick minute. The homie just he just let me know I did not send this to individual text for people who are not a part of some of the other social apps that I'm a double in. I usually don't start the show till after I send these, but it looks like I'm going to send them. On a good note, everybody, guess we got their air conditioning fixed. When he said that, when homie said that he was bringing a part in, I didn't know it was going to be. Man, he bought like a whole box in this jump. Man, it was serious business what he bought up in here, bro. I can't lie, Cap, to you. It was real what he bought up in here. And now it shouldn't have taken the month and a half that it did, but it definitely was a process that went into it. Definitely a process. That's why and I don't stress that much on it because there's no need. I'll be honest with you. There's no need. I'm gonna definitely have to talk about that later. People have been all on homie. But yeah, finally got the AC fixed. It feels good in here. Keep it at between a balmy 75 and 78. I don't like high ass bills. Shit, if I need some more cool air, I got enough fans. Damn all that. When you get, trust me, y'all, when you get older, those bills, yeah, they matter. You're gonna make sure you cut off everything. You're gonna make sure all the water is done dripping. You're gonna be more cautious about it. Not that you can't afford it or you don't have the money for it. It's just if you don't have to spend it, good. Of course you got, your savings for incidentals and things like that. But you don't want to have to, if you could pick $150 electric bill to the 70 that you paying, I'm all that extra stuff may not be necessary. You feel me? Work is work all the time. I had to kind of like I kind of had to like raise my voice a little bit. Now I didn't yell, but I had to I get so tired of people not using common sense and just being silly ass individuals in general. It's a new lady at work. She been there maybe about 2.5 months, maybe. Okay. So when she got to the job, we were on shutdown at work because I work at a retirement community, elderly community, however you want. I work old folks home, however you want. I'm gonna say old folks home. I ain't got time to be that damn PC. So whenever they get sick or a virus goes around, like not even COVID, like even like a stomach virus or something like that, they shut everything down. We make the boxes, we make their their meals, put them in the to-go tray, and take them to their rooms individually. So that's when she started. So it really wasn't a whole, it was all easy work. We only working out of one kitchen. If you got one person serving lunch, you got the other 3 or 4 people like just there to do nothing and give a helping hand. So, we usually do a lot of prep and stuff like that. So now that, that's over with and you have to actually get your ass to work. Savard, don't make me block you, man. Don't corn up my chat and disrupt my speech. All right. So recently, she don't really do shit. She work in one kitchen because they haven't trained her to work in the other ones. So she just goes there and she thinks that if don't nobody tell her nothing, that means she don't have nothing to do. And every day on our there's a bulletin board, and it has each kitchen we're assigned to, what we have to prep, what do you have to cook for dinner, and if you need to make any cold salads, or if we have any events, because we have events all the time there. Something, to give, the people something to do. Because, they are of an older generation, so TV ain't really, that ain't one of the first options for them when they get in that age. I'm talking about like the 70s and up. So with that one. So we all doing something on Sunday, prepping for Monday. We got chicken carbonara. That's fettuccine Alfredo with chicken, peas, and ham in it. The residents kind of like it. So we had that and the swordfish with mango salsa. I prepped the mango salsa. I prepped the swordfish. I cut up the ham, get the peas in the walk-in so they could be thawed out because you don't need them cooked. You can cook them up when you whipping them up in the pan. We're not putting this all together. No, we making it as they order it. We don't do all that. We we don't want to put it all together. That's a sloppy mess. Not on that. So, and one lady made the Alfredo sauce and another sauce for the day after that. 2 birds, 1 stone type joint. So all she had to do was make the vegetables for dinner. That's no more than 30 minutes. So when somebody asked her, you gonna do the noodles so you can said, you gonna do the noodles? First thing she said, why can't Jamal do it? Like, why is my name even coming up? That was the first thing she said. Like, whatever. Then she said, ain't nobody tell me to do it. On the board, on the bulletin board, where you see the assignments on what kitchen you're working in, what you have to do in the damn kitchen, at the bottom, our boss says, all prep done by cooks, check menu daily. So that means it's not on us to tell you what to do. You look at the damn menu, you say, I want to, oh shit. Had that alarm set off. I don't even know what the fuck that was for. I threw my whole damn thing off. So we got everything. So all you have to do is look at the menu, tell people what you want to prep. Boom, that's it. And for the most part, if they don't want to do nothing difficult, I'll give them, I do it by a week. 1 week, I'll do all the hard stuff. The next week, I'm not. Because you're not going to work the hell out of me. That's just not going to happen. No. And I said, we're not supposed to tell you what to do. You look at the board every day. Bam. What do you see here? Check the menu every day, man. We ain't got time. I was like, man, be mad, storm out, leave for all I give a damn. But don't try to make this seem like this is our fault because your ass don't pay attention and don't want to do no damn work. And I just went back to whatever I was doing. And I said, don't worry about the noodles. I'll do them because I don't want you to do them and you got an attitude and all the noodles going to be stuck together and you're going to be fucking up and then you're going to be out here doing the noodles past whatever time you're supposed to be leaving it because you suck. So I know this ain't an easy process. Like, you're not going to take the 20 to 30 minutes that it takes a normal person to cook noodles, even in big batches. So I took care of it. 30, 40 minutes. Already had in the walk-in ready and prepared. So, because I'll never say I'm better than them because I think that's disrespectful in some instances. Me personally, to say that you're better than somebody, but I just let them know y'all not built like me. I ain't got no problem with telling them that. Y'all not built like me. For the most part, y'all trash. I'll let them know. Because one dude was like, man, I'll challenge you to a plate, man. Plate to plate battle. So what difference would that make? You'll have a good plate, but guess what? The next thing if you got to do anything in bulk, it's gonna suck. If anybody if anybody asks you to clean something, it's gonna take 2 hours. Like as far as work goes, you trash. So it doesn't even matter, bro. You can make one good plate. Wow. That's why when it comes to like cooking competitions, where they spend weeks out here just preparing to make one damn plate, fuck out of here. Do it how the real chefs do it, like Gordon and all them. Marco Pierre White, rest in peace, Bourdain, and all the other homies that be out there, Bellatelli and all that stuff, man. The ones that be out there in the field. Yeah, that one plate is nice, but I can give you 50 of these in one night. So that's the difference. Over here, we be talking about this one damn plate. I mean, what? Anybody can make one plate look good. I can coach somebody to do something like that. But feed 100. Make 100 portions of baked chicken. Something simple like that. Make 100 portions of baked chicken and have every last piece. All 100 pieces seasoned. That's where we're at with, like, come on, man. I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna be too much longer. I'm leaving this food. Trash. Game 4 in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals should be interesting. The Lightning went home field advantage, and they took full advantage of the Avalanche. They beat them 62, and they was whooping their ass in a couple of fights. I'm telling y'all right now, check the Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, this finals. They got something for you, man. They in there. They throwing in everything. It's physicality at a premium, boy. That's the boy. They knuckling up out there. Something to marvel. It's pretty good. Now, Tampa Bay definitely is going to have to win the next game. From this point on, Tampa Bay is in dire straits. I don't care if you did just win that last game, and y'all had a good one. Won a couple of fights, too. But y'all need this. The way they whooped y'all ass in the first game, yeah. And they had the award ceremony. Austin Matthews won a lot of them. His mustache stinks, but he's a great player if you get a chance. If you like players that get a bucket, he's one of them players. He's going to score these goals. And he don't even need a setup man like Connor McDavid, who won the award. They got all types of awards in the NHL, the best defenseman, sportsman awards, who scored the most points, who got the most goals, rookie of the year, MVP. They got a lot. If you make it through your career in the NHL without winning no awards, boy. That is crazy. It ain't no damn football news. Ain't nothing going on. Let me speak on the homeboy Nico that everybody keep loading up. I done seen him in like 5 different things. The quarterback with the pajama pants on, that's his thing for anybody else to know of. If you're going to see him for the rest of the summer and probably practicing, because I'm pretty sure he goes to Long Beach Poly in California, and they're a popular team. So you will most definitely see them promoting him on ESPN. Then they're going to be talking about the pajama pants. But he is a good-ass quarterback. He is sauce. Now, the only thing is, I saw the video. I hate when they do that. The Savard, could you let people get to the shit? This nigga will bring up anything in the topic. Say, come on, man, this is a sports thing, man. Let me get to that. If you want to interrupt the chat, talk about some shit I don't know nothing about. Superhero movies, all right? The Lord of the Rings, I don't know a goddamn thing. But yeah, he is nice, but this class has like 6 or 7 5-stars. Arch Manning, Dante Moore. It's like some random ass white boy. And another dude from Cali, I can't remember. It's a lot. There hasn't been this many like 5-star quarterbacks in a long time. Like, a lot of recruiting services jumped out the window for real, when they had like Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. But shout out to dude. They said $8 million. The NIL thing he got coming up, probably be more than that for real. On top of whatever, what's his name? On top of whatever Tennessee is getting him, because he committed to Tennessee. So. Yeah, they still got Arch Manning #1 Panda, and the funny thing is he doesn't participate in any summer programs, any of them 707 tournaments, and I don't even know if he's going to the Elite 11 or anything like that. The Elite 11 is a yearly quarterback camp that they bring all the top quarterbacks in, give them like some pro experiences, go through a playbook, treat it like how it would be when they get into those next levels. But shout out to Arch, because a lot of people show out and be all good in these non-pad, non-game situations, and nothing against that stuff, because sometimes you can find good players in that don't have a name. But I'm sorry, I'm just an old head when it comes to this football. I need to see what you're doing on the field, brother. Excuse me. I need to see what you're doing out on the field. All this comfortable shorts and 7-on-7 and shit like that. Oh yeah, Arch is minding his business, because that's how he gonna do it. Come on, man. They already look. Peyton worked, Eli worked. Cooper would have been all right if he ain't had that back issue. Archie Manning has pretty much set in stone. If anybody in my family get involved with football, I'm gonna make sure they ain't ass. Because he's like, man, I'm not having it, bro. I'm not. The way he got did, dirty. Look it up. It was, oh boy. Oh man, you still at work? Damn. What, y'all got an event or something, Pops? Shout out to Pops. Shout out to all the fathers. Father's Day was this past Sunday. Of course, I ain't no dad, so I had to work. So I was at work, but I came and seen Pops afterwards, man. And we watched the videos, laughed, and all that stuff. And he finally sent me a video. Finally sent me a song that I had already was already like on like that. He loaded up. Yeah, I mean, when it come to Arch, he good, bro. That's why ain't nobody. That's why they willing to let all this stuff pass that he don't do no summer workouts. Let it have been somebody else. Well, they be calling him trash. But he sent me the Clash, Rock the Casbah. That was one of my favorites when I was a kid, and it continued to be. The Clash is one of my favorite bands, period. I love Train in Vain, London Calling, White Riot. Tommy Gun is probably my favorite song from the Clash. But I'm a big Clash fan, and I think Joe Strummer is one of the best names in rock and roll. So shout out to Pops. Shout out to y'all Pops. All of them, man. It don't even matter. Even those who aren't present, like God, because Jesus is your son, but he won't down here teaching them how to ride no bike or throw no football. So that's on you, cuz. I'm just bullshitting. We got the draft tomorrow night, and they're trying. The funny part about this draft is they're trying to find some drama or something interesting to do. Nah, man, it just sometimes you gotta take it. Sometimes you gotta take it as is. The trash can. Yeah, this I ain't gonna say it's trash, but I will go with the term. I will go with underwhelming. What up, Dose? With this one, man, I don't know, but I mean, it could be whatever. You never know. Like, nobody really knew what Giannis was gonna be. Middleton, Kawhi, Paul George. Why did I sound like Weezy Jefferson right there? Paul George. Let me change it. George. I'm trash. I'm trying to think some other one. Isaiah Thomas before Boston killed his career. Jokic was the second round pick. Then I have been watching drafts all week anyway. I don't know. It just going hand in hand. It kind of took over for the Mafia documentaries I had been watching, and I had watched all of them from like 95. Just different years. Yeah, I feel you on that, Panda. It's no faith, but at least it's something. At least they got a skill set. At least like the first couple, they got a skill set that you could bank on. Like saying Ben Carl gonna average like 15 is easy because you already know. unless he, have the shitty coach and they don't know what to do with him. Chet, barring anything that happens to his very slight, thin, frail body physique, he can still hit a shot and block one too. Jabari Smith, yeah. Jaden Ivey, he's a real good athlete. So everybody got something that make you think, but then other parts of the game be like, so we will see what's going on, and just to watch some of the psychiatry that some of these teams have, just to watch the way that some of these teams have drafted. Because I said I've been watching previous drafts, like Portland. So I remember I watched the what was it, 03? Yeah, that's pretty much it, Paul. That's what I said last week. On Saturday, is that this is like a spot filler. These dudes aren't going to be the catalyst on first watch. Now, any player can, develop himself into anything. We talking right now. That hindsight shit in sports is trash. All right, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Usually, if somebody say they'll draft somebody in front of another person, this usually because they're usually the person that they would rather pick is their favorite player. It doesn't matter when they got drafted. It's your favorite player. You still gonna take them number one. But I was looking at the draft 03 where Dwight went first. No, it was 04. I looked at the year after that. Yeah. So what draft was that? 2004. Yeah, and they were talking about no. I watched 04 first and 6. That's what it is. And they were talking about, because Portland had a top 5 pick. Now this draft is the Bargnani. He got hurt, so he gets a pass. Bargnani, Aldridge. I only said because Adam Morrison, Brandon Roy, them dudes. I want to say this was the first year that the one and done rule was setting, when they set that up. So they was talking about how Portland was trading picks, and they had traded Telfair to get up in the draft. And they were saying that Telfair was not the pick of anybody in the franchises but the GM. None of the coaches wanted him. The owner didn't want him. None of it. No. It was the owner who wanted him. The other ones didn't. Like Maurice Cheeks was the coach at the time, and he was saying how he did not want this dude on the team. He didn't want him. So after a year and a half, after 2 seasons, they trade him. They get Aldridge and Brandon Roy, and then you start to change your fortunes. So, it just shows, because a lot of times that's just what it is. It was the same draft, matter of fact. Was it 06? I want to say it was the same draft. Charlotte, what up, Political? In the same draft, Charlotte was arguing on whether to get Rudy Gay or Adam Morrison. And everybody wanted Rudy Gay except the owner. The owner wanted Adam Morrison for ticket sales and stuff like that. What up, Randy? So it just shows, like, I don't like when we say somebody's a bust, man. Yeah, it didn't work out, but let's be honest, man. It takes a lot. In basketball, you gotta have the coaching, you gotta have somebody to development. Like, sometimes you may not have these things in your mindset or how you're built, but if somebody teaches you and you go from there, that's always beneficial. Like what you call it gonna be a case study for the longest. Like Andrew Wiggins, what happens when you can properly coach somebody? Because he probably hasn't been properly coached his whole career. Everybody looked at him as he's the man, so they just don't tell him nothing. I don't care what level of ball let you at. Unless you on the top of the heap, it shouldn't be that bad for somebody to tell you that your shit stink. All right. Randy, that was uncalled for, dude. What was I gonna say? I was talking about that with the draft, with the coaching. Yeah, so it ain't always, it ain't always on the players because it's be some trash ass. Hey, they made trash ass decisions back in the day too with drafting. And there's a couple of players that were drafted high back then. Um, this is a Stella Rosa Dulce, red wine with a little sweet to it. It's pretty tasty. Put the pinky up. Mm. Yeah, because I was saying there's a couple of players that have drafted now that probably wouldn't have went that high back in the day. And the same thing goes the other way. There's some old dudes who went in the top. Ain't no way in hell that jungle. I'll be real. You want me to throw an old school player out there like that? Jason Kidd. Great point guard, Hall of Famer. My boy Dose, his favorite player of all time. Got mad love for Jason Kidd. Watched the whole career. I watched him destroy Duke. And and I just was like, hey man, this dude can hoop. But he couldn't shoot coming into the league. He had to work towards becoming, one of the, I think he in the top 10 in three-pointers. So it don't matter how athletic he is or how much good he could pass the ball. He can't shoot. And in 2022, like he couldn't even hit jumpers. Like he couldn't even go mid-range on on people like that. Big country, well, that don't count. He shouldn't have went that high in the first place. And that's why Vancouver had to move to Memphis. These shitty ass decisions that they were making as a team. Like they would make a good pick, and then the next year they would just ruin it. But fucking big country. The only reason he was getting buckets on Shaq like that, because Shaq won't getting away from the rim and giving up no easy buckets. Because back in the gap before he got the before the last championship, Shaq was pretty good at the post, was pretty good at protecting the rim. Hey, to be real, the way GMs think, you think they're going to pick Shaq? Number one? Poor free throw shooter. Don't shoot no jumpers. Everything on the block. Because, come on now. Let's not try to act like the physique would help. Now, like vice versa. There's some players from back in the gap. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he was averaging 30 in college. 40% three-point shooter, easily. Easily. Come on, man. You think somebody gonna take you think they're gonna take Patrick Ewing number one? And don't get me wrong, Patrick Ewing first ballot Hall of Famer. Probably one of those players that gets lost in the shuffle because he didn't win. Because he got the ball head wonder there, man. I don't see how people can try to make it seem, well, you didn't win no championships, like they don't know people that's in the damn way. Hey, man. Well, who's playing now? Well, it's kind of difficult now because, you can go somewhere and get you a championship. Chris Paul, I'm going to guarantee you this right now. 10 to 15 years from now, they'll probably be saying he was just all right. Cousins and B, Cousins could shoot and B could shoot. AD had to change his jumper because if you look at AD jumper in Kentucky, it was okay, but once he stopped shooting, putting the ball right in front of his face and put it up a little bit, that's when that changed for him. Excuse me. AD might be one of the few because you got to remember he was like leading the nation in blocking in Kentucky. So he might be some of that last bit of old school stuff. And there's some players that probably would have went one for real nowadays. Would have went one? Oh, yeah. Darius Miles? Ola with Candy not going one. That was just one of those freak accidents that just happened in sports, man. There's no way in hell, man. Ola, man, he wasn't supposed to do that then. Kenyon Martin not going number one again. Kwame Brown not going number one. Like, if you keep going down the spectrum, if you ain't get hurt, man, they ain't no way, man. They'll never make that mistake again. That's why that's difficult. It'd be real tough. You would have to be a very special center for them to do this again. Like old boy that's coming out next year, Victor from France. And they probably won't even put him at, they probably put him at center because he's like 7'2", 7'3". So But then I wouldn't be surprised if Scoot Henderson or somebody else gets in front of him. Kwame. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Kwame, do your thing, man. I'm glad you getting your flowers and all that stuff now. But stop making them excuses about that shit on the basketball court. Stop. Because there were other players who went through the same situation, and those players end up, you know how many, guess what? When they talking about other high press the pros players, they all was known for working hard. Amari turned himself into something. Kobe turned himself into something. T-Mac turned himself into something. Garnett turned himself into something. Isn't that like, and let's not forget Lebanon James. That's part of the reason why LeBron, you won't never get no argument from me. He came into the league as a rookie, 18 years old, 25-5. And did not let that sorry-ass team discourage him, because that can happen too, because they be ass. I'm not counting Dirk. I said preps the pros, dude. Euros, that's another case, and now you're gonna make me speak on that. But as far as the high schoolers go, they man. I mean, Amari couldn't shoot like that. Turned himself into mid-range killer. What's up, Ken? Kobe. Like, it's a bunch of dudes that came from high school too, man. Even somebody like Tyson Chandler. Now he needed some help from Chris Paul, but he still turned himself into something. It is nobody's fault but your own that you didn't work on your game like that. And the fact that you won't admit it or, take accountability for it. Yeah, Bynum did too. Yeah, Bynum. But they was sketchy on Bynum from the jump. If you watch that draft, you're going to see they was sketchy on Bynum, bro. I'm telling you. They were just taking him because he was young, and then it worked a couple of places. So what do you think? He was the only dude to go through adversity? Kobe didn't get to start. It took a couple of years. He had to force their hand in trading Eddie Jones. Oh, he thought Minnesota was good when Garnett got there? Boy, stop the madness, man. T-Mac, they didn't even want him there. Toronto didn't give a fuck about T-Mac, especially when his cousin Vince Carter came. They said, fuck him. And I can guarantee this right now. And that's another team. And that's just another case of a franchise just fucking up. They had Marcus Camby at Toronto, Defensive Player of the Year. They had Damon Stoudemire. He won Rookie of the Year that year. So you tried Damon Stoudemire, T-Mac, Vince Carter, and Marcus Camby. And you figure they made it to the conference finals in 0-1 against Iverson and them with a bunch of old-ass players like Muggsy Bogues and Oakley and shit like that. I think Dale Curry was still there too. Just think if you just would have let that team be and you would have got a real coach. Shit, same thing with Bargnani when he went there. Bargnani went to the Raptors. Sam Mitchell won't try to play him. He won't get no starts. He was damn near getting 20 off the bench in his second year. Oh, yeah, Wardell Sr. The Kings fell because they've just been trash. The best thing they ever did was sign Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, and draft Jason Williams, which was a bit of a sketch. And then, that followed with Turkoglu and Stojakovic and stuff like that. So, I mean, it took some time. But remember, that was the owners were the Maloof brothers, and they were interested in winning. We don't know who the owners are no more. Yes, that Raptors team could have been lethal. Randy, I'm totally with you, brother. I so want De'Aaron Fox to leave because I know that boy can hoop, and wherever he goes, it'll work. If you go to Miami, you already know Bam. Jimmy ain't got to do a whole lot of work. Bradley Beal, I don't know. He said he's already made his decision, but he's not telling. The fuck this? Why do we give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we give a good goddamn, man? If you ain't gonna be in this, man, we don't care. Everybody make your damn decision. Get that in the corner. Oh, all right, that was a shadow. Big trash. There's a couple of them, man. I want Sabonis to get away from the Kings, man. Go ahead and do what y'all got to do. We can trade the first round pick, Rozier and Hayward to the Kings, man. They dumb as shit over there. Trade them and them two in the first round pick. We can get Sabonis, man. He makes it so much easier, and it takes everybody can save up energy because you can just dump the ball down there, go ahead and do your thing. You can just walk back. Go ahead and get that 20 and 10, brother. We gonna be straight. These shooters bad, but just like I said, the franchises, man, they just be trash. They don't know what they're doing with some of the players. I wish I could have, man. As a coach, I wish I had somebody like Cam Reddish. Bring him here, because I know exactly what to do at home. The Kings will never move to the 757. Nobody wants to deal with the taxes of this state. That's the harsh reality of it. But, I mean, in all actuality, just move them to Vegas and move Utah to Seattle. Sorry, Joe. You see they came out with them remix uniforms. We don't give a shit. When you got somebody like Jordan Clarkson as your model for your team's New Jerseys, and he's the sixth man, that just lets you know y'all on the way down the toilet bowl, man. Like the only thing they ain't did yet was flush. You couldn't get Donovan, you couldn't even get Bogdanovich. You couldn't even get Mike Conley. I don't even think Mike Conley gonna mess around and come back. Ooh, excuse me. If I'm some teams, man, you low-key need to get Quinn Snyder. If Quinn Snyder can squeeze a playoff team out of the Jazz, knowing that he won't get no free agents and them draft picks ain't gonna be that high, man. Good luck, brother. For real. It's gonna take some, boy, that junk gonna be tough. We might well call them the West Coast Hornets, boy, because I don't know what the hell we gonna do in the draft tomorrow, man. And they still talking that Russell shit. Nothing against Russell, man. Nothing against him, man. First ballot Hall of Famer, did your thing. Legend in the game, brother. I'm glad that people get to witness your triple-double exploits, just like back in the day. They got to enjoy the triple-doubles of Oscar Robertson. So I much appreciate that. But if Charlotte didn't have Melo, man, I wouldn't care. But we got Melo, man. We can't take the ball out of his hand like that, man. We fucking up the whole thing. That's why I'm like, if even the fact that they even thinking about it is just dumb as hell. If they're gonna bring Russell, like I've been telling people, man, just trade Melo, man. Just get as many picks as we could possibly get and just build that way, man. Because that don't make no damn sense. Go on here, Melo. Now don't go play with LeBron, because you ain't gonna be the point guard. They'll love you in New York. They will love you in New York. I could be real. Like, New York is not as bad as Philly. Philly got horrible fans. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Philly fans is trash. They boo everything. And they just not it. New York kind of trash too, because nobody wants to play there for real. PG number 8 to the Hornets. No, I'm just talking about as far as shit talking. Like, they will talk you under the bus. Like, they will destroy you. Like, you'll be on the front page of the paper. And we already did. Like I was about to say, Utah and Boston, that's not friends that'll trash you. Those are hard R fans. So that's just what that is. You just leave that where it be, brother. Just leave that where it be. And the irony that neither one of those cities are in the South. Hey, brother. Hey. But they be trash, man. But I don't know why we got all them guards. We got to get Cody Zeller out of there, because nothing against Cody Zeller. I thought he was decent coming out of Indiana. I mean, he was okay. But he should not look that old. That team and that organization is stressing that dude the hell out. Yeah, that's what I said. The Celtics and the Jazz, yeah, those are hard R crowds. Yeah, those are hard R fans. Sad but true. None of the other Southern teams go through that. Not the Hawks, Not the Grizz, not Miami, not the Magic. I don't know. It might be going on. Nah, not in Charlotte. If it ain't college, they don't give a fuck. Now, it's a hard place in college, but in the pros, nah. They ain't putting that much into it in the pros. They rather watch NASCAR. See, that's how it works out for them. You can watch college on Saturday and on Sunday, NASCAR. But that's sad, man. That's trash. Get it together, man. All teams around the front. Damn. How much longer y'all gonna be fucking up? Like y'all don't know the blueprint on how to put a team together. My dog is trash. He did. He just knocked down something in the back. He trash. I don't even know what he could possibly knock over right now because it ain't nothing in the room for him to knock over. I don't have no lamp in there because I don't do that. I'd rather have my room dark because that's what I'm gonna be sleeping in. So I just want it dark. I ain't got no TV or nothing like that in there either. Don't do it. But he trash. Notre Dame, oh yeah. Indiana, oh boy. I mean, you can say basketball. I will give that. I would give that. Now the thing is with Indiana and Pacers fans, with that situation survived, they don't do that to the team. Boston, they call the players on their team hard R. Utah calls everybody hard R's. They're just like in Boston. Indiana, y'all got love for the team, regardless of however it goes. Y'all was cheering like shit this year for Tyrese Halliburton. Like, but the opposing team, boy, they was putting Spike Lee on nooses and all that shit during them Reggie Miller days, boy. Yeah, anything Notre Dame is hard R. How they get players and black players at that to go to that school, I could never figure it out, especially after the 2000s. And they still got them in there. You know, they got a black coach for the football team now. I'm proud of that. But Notre Dame, man, get the fuck out of there, man. Go play for somebody else, man. Fucking Notre Dame. And while we here, I'm going to have to change the title because I'm not going to get to these albums because it's a long-ass list. And I got to leave in 10 minutes because I got to get my hair done. So when it comes to that, let me go ahead and segue in there with the I Believe football team. I don't know, people. It's more than just football. I mean, it's more than just basketball. It's football too, and probably other sports. And Savad already put the idea in the air. I was already thinking it, and he asked me about it. We're gonna take it towards the music too. But we could turn around and probably make this a weekly thing. Because I can do actors, I can do movies, I can do TV shows, cartoons, baseball players, tennis, boxing, MMA, rap, R&B, rock and roll, anything, brother. So I mean, the I Believe thing it's a whole thing now. So let's go ahead and start with the football. We're gonna start with our quarterback. Our quarterback will be a player named Ryan Perrilloux from Louisiana. When it comes to superstar recruits, this dude was it. Like, when he visited Florida State, they gave him the whole little spiel. He's the reason why they changed a lot of the rules. Like, you're allowed to have a player in the jersey with the NIL rules and stuff like that now, but beforehand, you cannot have a player in no jersey and take no picture of it. They better not get nothing. No personalized jerseys. You can't put it on the scoreboard or nothing like that. They changed a lot of stuff because of this dude. And this trip to Florida State, they gave him a jersey. They threw a parade. Bobby Bowden let him drive his cart throughout the day. Like, he was spending most of the day with Bobby Bowden, which is crazy because he didn't even go to the school. So that's what fucks it up even more. So he was just nice. 6'3", 215, rocket arm, could run too, but he got in his own way when he got to LSU. Then fucked up the church's money. I'm not even particularly sure if he made it to the league. Next, our running backs, we got Daryl Scott, a running back out of California. Man, prototypical. 6 foot, 210, blazing speed, moves, all that shit. His failure came from the school that he picked. He committed to go to Colorado when Colorado was absolutely trash. Like in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, Colorado was a nice ass squad. I want to say they won a national championship in 1991 or 1990 or something like that. So they had a squad. Put a couple of people in the pros. By enemy, the coach at the offensive coordinator at Kansas City, him, Michael Westbrook, Cordell Stewart. They had some talent there. So it wasn't like they was, ass back then. But they was ass when he committed to go to the school. Man, that joke was just cheeks, bro. I just couldn't, man, it was so confusing. I just didn't know what the hell was going on with that one. Well, number one, he went to a sorry school. So one thing, if a school's sorry, ain't no way in hell they got an offensive line. You're going to get fucked up out there. So that was the first problem. And then it just went from there. He transferred to South Florida, but he never caught on. I don't even think he made it to the league either. Next, we got Noel Devine, running back out of Florida, very fast. He got in trouble because they caught him hanging out with Deion Sanders. And Deion wasn't, I believe Prime when he say he not out here giving these kids money and all this other stuff. I believe Prime. I mean, now if they said he was out here giving these kids money, would I be surprised? Hell no. But I'm just saying I kind of believe him because ain't nobody else, and ain't nobody gonna air Prime out like that. But this dude was, another famous ass recruit. Everybody was looking forward to see where he was going, and he gave him a whole 360 and went to West Virginia. That one was crazy too. Now him, Steve Slayton, and what's his name, Pat White from West Virginia, had a real good offense out there. But Rich Rodriguez did not know what the hell he was doing on defense, so they was giving up the cheeks just as much as they were scoring. So that was that poignant issue. So and then he didn't just make it. He just, most of this stuff, man, it's just weird, man. It just don't. At least he was one that actually worked out. And I thought that, once he got to the league, they would use him for his versatility. Somebody like Darren Sproles, what's the name of the other dude? Austin Eckler or somebody like that. Nope. I know he made it to the league, but I don't even know if he got any burn. Wide receiver, first we're going to go with Fred Rouse. Now, I'm telling y'all this right now. There might not be a more hype wide receiver recruit ever. They were so high on Fred Rouse that they said that he could skip college and go play in the pros right now as a senior in high school. I didn't believe the shit because I don't think, as far as football goes, not even the special talents like Randy Moss. Nah. Adrian Peterson, maybe a year or two, but not just skipping. And he actually did try to fight it. Fred Rouse, he tried to fight and see if he could go straight to the pros. You're not doing that shit. And you want to know what he did to show that he was ready to be a professional? Played 1 year at Florida State, got kicked out of school, went to UTEP, and then totally disappeared from football. Now, I'm not saying you can be high on a recruit, but sometimes it's epic fails like Fred Rouse in the football and sports world that changes the tone, period. It changes everything. Like we was talking about the draft earlier, the Kwame Brown, Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry, that didn't work. So that failed so tremendously that guess what? That's when the internet got real and they started having real deal research on all the players. I done fucked up again. I'm not even going to get to these albums. I got to change the title. I forgot all about my hair appointment. I am big trash. God damn it. So now I'm going to finish off, though, I believe, list with the last wide receiver, Kyle Prater out of California. Or was it Illinois? Who knows? This was another dude that they hyped up. They hyped up Kyle Prater and just said, man, he's 6'2", smooth. He has no holes in his game as a wide receiver. So, I don't, I'm not gonna say I fell all the way into the hype, but I was taking I was taking a look to see, what was, see if any of what y'all said was gonna be true. It didn't work at USC. He barely got on the damn field. He barely played. He transferred to Northwestern. I knew it was over then, and and they had been wrong the whole damn time. That's another one. If he made it to the league, I would be thoroughly surprised. So I don't even know what the hell happened with that one, man. That was just confusing as hell. Very. I just didn't. All these players just had me at a loss. Like even when they picked the school, because Fred Ralph went to Florida State, and in the early 2000s, Florida State was like that. Like even as a Miami fan, I gotta give them their props. They was like that. Kyle Prater went to USC. USC was like that. They was putting in work out here. The only one that was confusing was Daryl Scott going to Colorado. But outside of that, all these dudes fizzled out. I don't even think Noel Devine was the only one who made like a conference team. The rest of them, it was pretty bad. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode of the podcast. I really thank everybody and appreciate y'all for being in here. 6 people, should be 6 likes. I ain't the one that's gonna try to push that issue, but I am going to tell you, hit the damn like button, please. Subscribe to the like button, as Maverick says. Thanks again for everybody coming out. Appreciate y'all. Rest again after Savannah already said it. Rest in peace, Caleb Swanigan. Followed your career. I don't know what happened in the league. I stopped paying attention after a while, but rest in peace, my brother. The best to your family and all that. This is not a W stream because I had about 30 or 40 more minutes of shit to talk, but I'm have to do it next week. Thanks again for coming out, y'all. Be easy and be you, because that's all you can be, man.